everyone, it's Living the Good Life, and I have an estate sale finds video for you from the week before Thanksgiving. I apologize for not getting it out to you sooner. I first want to, before I get into that, I want to give you an update on my last video. I looked at this one, I tested it for sterling, and I said, oh, no good. And then I got a message from Tammy H, and she said, could it possibly be white gold? Well, thank you, Tammy, because it is white gold. It tested for 10 karat, but less than 14. These are tiny diamonds, which is the first thing I tested. So I can't imagine that I was just going to put it in like a little baggie and whenever I had the next garage sale, get rid of it for $1 a bag. So this turned out to be 15 grams of 10 karat gold. And at $1,485 an ounce at 90%, which is what I thought I could maybe sell it for. It's $241 just for the gold. Thank you, Tammy. I bought this in a lot with 1 sterling bracelet, 4 silver plate that I had hopes for, and this necklace, which I forgot to tell you about. This is a sterling silver necklace, and so it came as a part of the $10 bag. Now let's get into the garage sale. So I saw the pictures, and it was for a former antique dealer, and the pictures were fabulous. Nothing but amazing stuff all over the house. So they did not give us the address until 6 a.m., the date of the sale. So I just got in the car and started driving at about 5:30. And got down there, pulled over. There was the address at 6 a.m. And I got there before 6:10 in front of the house, and I was already number 6. When they finally let us in, there was tons of people lined up, and they limited it for the first 25 probably people. I'm so thrilled that I got there early. I was able to snap up all the RS Prussia and then start looking around. I got to the book room late. I think I could have found a lot more Bibles. They were $5 a piece. Here's what I got. This Holman Study Bible, New King James. This one, which I can't seem to... David Wood Ministries, but it's a King James. And then this Zondervan King James Version Bible. They're in immaculate shape, so I'll find somebody to give those to. And then I went looking for the RS Prussia. I found some of it, but this one is a hat pin holder, and it was not in the same location in the photos as it was when I finally got there. So I'm just like going all over. Finally found it near the jewelry, and they had it for $65. I got it for $50, which is a good thing because I was just looking at it before I filmed, and here's a hairline right here. So it is a scenic one, which is worth a lot more. It's got the castle scene. It is not marked. So I got it for $50, and normally something like this is going to be going for anywhere from $50 to $65. With the crack, it would be less. So at least I got a pretty one, and I'm happy to put it in my collection. This RS Prussia cake plate was not marked, so I had to ask them how much, and they told me 10, and I was happy to snap it up at that price. It does have the RS Prussia mark. Remember, as I've told you in the past, that mark has been faked and put on reproductions. So do a little bit of research before you buy an expensive RS Prussia piece. If you want to take a risk on something that's not marked or you're not sure about, just make sure it's a low dollar amount. But I really recommend, if you're going to start buying, that you get the books from the library. There's a lot of people, authors on RS Prussia, or look at a lot of photos online. So that was $10. Let's see, cake plates are going anywhere from $20 to $85. Okay, these are toothpicks, and this one is actually marked. Okay, it's a pretty little toothpick. Point and clover is what that is. This is a reflecting water lilies one. It is not marked, and the lady had a little note in here. Reflecting water lilies, unmarked, $250. That's what's scarce. Well, they're not particularly scarce, but That's what she was trying to sell them for. And they are going for anywhere from $22 to $50. What did I forget to tell you something about the other? Oh, just a note that she had this on this one. I guess she was trying to sell it for $275, but with that crack, she's definitely not going to get, she wouldn't have gotten that. The last thing at RS Prussia that I got is this syrup pitcher. Now, a lot of times I see syrup pitchers that are marked as creamers. If it has a lid or has a spot where a lid was, it is not a creamer. It's a syrup pitcher. They always come with underplates, but most of the time you hardly ever see one. This has the wrong lid, and this underplate has a big chip out right here. So that's why we settled on $5, because I have a chocolate pot, a teacup, and a something else, a sugar bowl in this pattern. And I'm just, you know, it's so hard to put a set together. People always ask me, do you have sets? No, hardly anybody has a set because you can hardly find them. I think if you're in the Northeast, you may have a little bit better luck because a lot of it was there and people had more money and they had more disposable income to buy pretty things like this for women's wedding gifts, birthdays, etc. In the South, not as much money in some areas, and I just don't see it as often. Let's get into the silverware. So I highly recommend when you go to an estate sale that you look through all the drawers, especially in the kitchen, in the furniture. There's no telling what you're going to find. At most estate sales, when you go, everything is for sale unless there's tape across the door, tape across a cabinet, or it says private. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and look. So I started looking and nobody else had, and I opened some drawers in the kitchen and I found bags and bags of silverware. So I would just scoop them all up out of a drawer, quickly look through them to see if there was any sterling potential in them. Most of them were not, but I think I took 4 or 5 bags over to the couch and started going through them because I saw one of these, I think this one, I saw it was marked sterling. So I thought, okay, I looked through them all and I don't even know what this shape of spoon is because I just came from another estate sale and they had that weird little pointy part. But this is silver plate. Don't know what this tool is. The Victorians and Edwardian had a utensil for every purpose, but maybe a crumb scraper? I don't know. Pretty butter knife, but these are all silver plate. I wish that I had known that these were in there because there were baggies with this pattern in it and I would have left it. This is a pearl handled fork, mother of pearl handled, and this actually is silver and it is hallmarked with British hallmarks. This is a lovely 2-pronged fork. It is hand hammered and monogrammed. You can see the hand hammering here. It is. It says sterling. And here's the other one. It says sterling as well. And I got that bag for $4. And those 2 pieces weigh 58 grams, which is 1.87 ounces, at $17 an ounce times $9.25 for sterling times 90%, which is probably what you would get. It's $26. So from $4 to $26 is a good thing. I'm saving the best for last. Then I got this little baggie, which probably, it's $4, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see the mark because it is so tiny. It is TE with this weird little mark in the middle. I can't find it anywhere, and I don't think it's sterling. I haven't tested it yet. It has a little bit of a gold wash on it. And then, ta-da! I saw these. I took them over to the couch, like I said. I pulled them all out, looked at them. They just had a feeling of silver to me. These are monogrammed, and there's 8 of them. This one is J. Hansel, and then there was these marks. And I need to do a little bit more looking at them because the second mark is the lion. The third looks to be like the mark that you have for the British monarchs. And there was one of them that looked like, but I couldn't find anything that had a eagle as the town mark. You know, there's like the anchor for Birmingham, the lion's head for London, except the thistle for Scotland, the harp for England. You know, I'm mistaking that instead of the. Anyways, those are the ones for those country. I think for the country, not the city. But there's a city mark. So there's 2 of those. There are 2 of these. This one is engraved McLean. Here we go, Joseph Coleman. And I looked these up, but then of course I left the information on my phone, and now I can't get it. There's 2 of those because I'm filming with my phone. Hattie, also Joseph Coleman. And these are all, I neglected to mention to you that these are all American coin silver spoons from pre-1850. F. Bicknell. And again, some more marks. And I had no idea. I got home, neither the lady nor I knew what they were, but I wanted to take a chance on them. I paid $6 for this bag, and I thought, if nothing else, I'll just use them as serving spoons. That was what I was thinking at the time. And I got them home and found out they're coin silver, which coin silver is 90% silver, which is what they used. You know, silversmiths up until late into the, I think it's the 19th century, would get coins, melt them down, and use them to make all the silver objects, trays, spoons, mugs, etc. And there was not a requirement to mark for sterling at that time. So you get these fiddle-backed, fiddle-handled shaped spoons. Look for those. That's a pretty good indication that it's older. In fact, at the estate sale I went today, there was 2 pewter spoons that were marked, had this type of shape, but I realized that they weren't silver in time not to buy them. So again, I am thrilled. You know, 403 grams of silver at $17, 90% silver, 90% of what I could sell it for, $178. So $6 into $178, and I am just thrilled with them. Not only for the silver, it's just I love old things. I think about who has used these, you know, if they were a pride of place. Did they have a lot of silver items? What families were they? Obviously, this is McLean family, but you're touching history. You know, these people have been gone a long, long time, and here we are treasuring their possessions. So I'm the next custodian of their treasures, and I hope the people that get them after me will treasure them as well. I'd love to learn from you. If you have any information to share with me, or just want to send me a comment, I respond to all of them, and I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoy this type of video, please press thumbs up. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.